The IAR-80 was a Romanian World War II low-wing monoplane, all-metal monocoque fighter, and ground attack aircraft. When it first flew in 1939, it was comparable to contemporary designs, being deployed by the air forces of the most advanced military powers such as the Hawker Hurricane and Bf-109E. The fuselage was circular in cross-section, turning to egg-shaped behind the cockpit where it incorporated a ridge-back. The rear fuselage layout and the engine cowling were based on the Polish PZ-LP-24 and PZ-LP-11. The wings were tapered with rounded tips. The trailing edge angled very slightly forwards. Small flaps ran from the fuselage to a point about 1/3 along the span, where the ailerons started and extended out to the rounded wingtips. A bubble canopy was fitted, sliding to the rear to open, providing excellent visibility except over the nose due to its rearward position. A conventional tail wheel landing gear was used, with the main gear wide set and retracting inward with a non-retractable tail skid. The semi-monocoque tail was copied directly from the P-24. The fuselage from the engine back to the cockpit was new, consisting of a welded steel tube frame covered with duralumin sheeting. The wings were mounted low and were of the same design as those used on the early IAR-24, which had competed with the P-24. The cockpit's interior, instruments, and gun sight were imported from foreign suppliers. This effort to aggregate a fighter from various sources was a result of the last-minute demands. For a frontline fighter, the initial IAR-80s were fitted with iron sights, starting with the 21st. Aircraft, these were replaced by Gore's GM to reflector sights which were manufactured under license. When Operation Barbarossa started, the IAR-80 equipped Desk 41, 59, and 60 of Group Pool 8 Vanator 8th Fighter Group, part of the Gruperia Ariana de Luptegal, that were tasked to support the Romanian 3rd and 4th Armies deployed at the southern flank of the Eastern Front. 8th Group was the only unit assigned a pure fighter role, while 5th and 7th Groups, equipped with German aircraft such as the Heinkel He-112s and Messerschmitt Bf-109s, were employed primarily as fighter bombers and bomber escorts. During the Battle of Stalingrad on the 12th of September, the 8th Fighter Group's IAR-80BS along with the 7th Fighter Group's Bf-109s claimed to have shot down 7 Yaks, but they lost 2 IARs. On the 21st of April 1944, IAR-81Cs of the 1st, 2nd, and 6th Fighter Groups took off to intercept B-17 and B-2 for bombers, which were targeting the Bucharest marshalling yard. While attacking the bombers, the Romanian fighters were engaged at high altitude by the escorting P-51 Mustangs of the 31st Fighter Group in the aftermath of the air battle. The air lost 14 IARs and 11 pilots were killed, while the Americans reported 10 aircraft lost. On the 10th of June 1944, IAR-80s took part in a major air battle when the USAAF attacked Ploiești with 38 P-38 Lightnings of the 82nd Fighter Group, carrying 1 bomb each, escorted by 39 Lightnings of the 1st and 82 FGs. The IAR-81Cs from Group Pool 6, as well as the German fighters from EJG-53 and 2 JG-77, intercepted the large American formation. The USAAF lost 20 to P-38s on that day, of which 9 were shot down by the IARs. The Romanians claimed 20 for victories, suffering 3 losses. The Americans claimed 11 victories. Casualties among the Romanian fighter pilots quickly mounted. The 3 IAR-80 81st Groups, the 1st, 2nd, and 6th in a period of less than 4 months, known as the American Campaign, had at least 30 IAR pilots killed in action, including 11 aces. These losses exceeded the number of casualties suffered in the previous 2.5 years of fighting against the Soviets. because of heavy losses. All IAR-8081st units were withdrawn from combat against Americans in July 1944, and IAR pilots started to convert to the more modern Bf-109 G6. That's all for today. Till next time, goodbye.